Have you ever wondered what it's really like to sail to other countries? To dive amazing locations and explore the world on a yacht? Then come with us. You're joining us tonight in Paroa Bay in the Bay of Islands, New Zealand.
So it's my birthday and Jamie's organised a lovely dinner. It's up on the hill. The winery / restaurant does organise a car to come and get you from the beach. We have to get to the beach looking relatively decent, which I currently do, but I'm about to roll up my pants. Shoes are in the bag. Jamie is wearing his bathers at present, because what's going to happen, Jamie?
Once I get the boat secured, then I can basically get dressed on the beach.
So
I've got a nice shirt, even been ironed, but...
What's the plan?
The plan is to basically drive to the beach with some degree of force to get Denise to jump off the front and stay dry. That's the plan. And then I will try and deal with the boat from there, because the waves at the moment, there's meant to be no wind in here, but the wind is coming onshore, and so there will be waves when we get to the beach. So we've got to try and execute this as best we can.
So I'm going in thongs, but I have real shoes in the bag. Now, if the car doesn't come for us, we don't have any cell phone reception. So we have to come back to the boat, and Jamie will be microwaving dinner.
You don't want your phone?
It'll be a bit of a low point, I think. Nice outfit, Jamie.
I know, it's getting better and better, isn't it? Yeah. Put the thongs on, which of course are called jandals in New Zealand.
What's in the bag?
My pants rolled up.
And your shoes?
And my shoes and wallet and phones and stuff like that. Dinner tonight is set amongst the vines at Paroa Bay Winery at their beautiful Sage restaurant, which is renowned for exquisite food and exceptional service. Come on, Lil. Calling on your best performance.
I live in hope of recording Jamie falling into the dinghy or into the water. Today's probably not the day, but it would have been funny.
See how we go. You ready?
Not taking any chances, rolling up my pants. How'd it go?
It went pretty well.
It went okay. I'm pretty wet.
As it continues.
So that road behind me, that's where we're hoping a car will come from.
And we've made it. On the beach.
Moderately successful.
I think so. Cheers.
Pretty good. The boat, it's a bit far up the beach, Jamie.
Can't be seen.
Awesome. Let's go. So you can't see much, but I don't have any pants on. Jamie doesn't have any pants on. And we're trying to find the key for the boat. Jamie, key, boat.
I've got the key. We're all good. We just need to get in the water. You know, you said, I was brushing stuff off me and I was getting bitten and you said, no. My foot's been bloody bleeding where I brushed something off me that was biting me. Yes, I've just wiped the blood, but it was just there. I know what you're thinking. You can f*** off. When you get back, you can f*** off some more.
So, Jamie, how's that go?
Do you need your feet washed?
No.
How'd it go?
Yes.
Well, pretty well. We're back, aren't we? We're alive. We departed Paroa Bay for Mimi Fangata Bay. We have magnificent weather today for, this is probably the second day in a month that we've been in New Zealand. And so we're going to take advantage of this and we are going to leave the Bay of Islands and we're going to start heading down the coast towards Auckland. However, have a look at these conditions.
Sunshine. Happy. Big dog.
That is the famous and aptly named Hole in the Rock.
Seaweed or a fish. Whether it's a big enough fish to keep or it's an edible fish, I don't know.
That kingfish was too small and had to go back in.
It looks like I've made bread, but I actually haven't. There's this product you could buy out of the fridge for artisanal sourdough. 15 minutes in the oven, it's pretty good. And then once again, cheating, bought a half roast chicken. So we can have some roast chicken for lunch. Have fun! There are hammerhead sharks around the boat. Quite small ones, but clearly saw the hammerhead head shape before. Can't pick them up with the binoculars though, because the water's quite murky. So as soon as I take my Polaroids off, you can't really see them.
Better to play it safe, given the wind's come up a little bit. With that in mind, and what have we got now? 13 knots of wind. We thought we'd better do something about it.
I can't do this by myself from this position. I'll get the snubber off.
Alright, let's get this puppy going. Drive forward sufficiently for Denise to take the snubber off. So we've now got 16 knots of wind. So it was Denise's idea, it's a good idea to move. Now I've got the signal. Right. So let's start moving.
Let's go.
Now head into another little bay. We can see the swell still coming through here. Hopefully this one can get a bit more protection. What I'm trying to do is just keep it nice and straight as we go back. Well, we've nicely set anchor here in what is a very pretty little bay, I've got to say. Last thing I want to share with you today is whenever we set anchor, we always have a look at the compass. We are facing basically due south. What that means is safe water is to the north. So we always take a manual compass reading of where our safe water is. So if everything went, frankly, to shit tonight, None of the electronics worked. We could rely on the magnetic compass, and if we head north, it's going to give us sufficient time to actually get out of the bay, get ourselves organised. We're going to try and knock off 60 plus nautical miles today. Weather's looking pretty spectacular. I don't think we're going to have any wind, so we may be motoring the whole way, but hopefully we'll get down to Great Barrier Island.
I caught some snapper yesterday. It's not the tastiest of fish, but it's okay. So I'm making something I haven't made before, which is snapper curry, which really is like a curry sauce, and then at the very end you put the snapper in. So I'm going to fry some red onion, curry leaves, ginger and garlic. Now, when we came into New Zealand, we had a lot of ginger and garlic in the fridge, so rather than it being taken by customs immigration quarantine, I pureed it all. Quite legal. Then we're going to need some palm sugar, some tamarind, chopped tomatoes, got some lemongrass. They look a bit discoloured because they're out of the freezer, as are the curry leaves. It's vegetable oil. Fry the garlic, the onion, curry leaves and some salt. So this is tamarind. It's a fruit. It's really sour. It's got lots of pits in it. Comes in a big packet like that. It's the last one that I've got. Anyway, in order to use it, because it gives that sourness to like an Asian curry, put hot water in it and then squeeze out all the crap that comes with it. Just leave the tamarind to soak for like, I don't know, half an hour. Just needs to be like, not brown, but nearly brown. So you need to add some curry powder. This is hot curry powder, personal preference. But you need to add as much as you think you're going to like, based on how hot you like your curry. Bruise your lemongrass, which means smack it. It's frozen, so it's not great, but it will work. It's coconut cream. The recipe calls for coconut milk, but it calls for twice as much coconut milk as coconut cream. But if you add water to coconut cream, you got coconut milk. Half the storage. Leave it 10 minutes, I reckon. And then we'll add the sugar and the fish sauce and the tamarind. So with most Asian curries, or most curries in general, you need to add something sour, something sweet, something salty in order to balance it out. Generally speaking, it's fish sauce, sugar of some sort. This is palm sugar, but I've used normal sugar, and the tamarind, which is still in there. This is all to taste, so you're going to have to decide how salty you want something, how sweet you want it, and how sour you want it. This is the tamarind. And then just keep adding those three things until it tastes good for you. Once you're happy that it's sour and sweet and salty enough, just let it simmer down. I've tasted it, and from my perspective there's no heat in it whatsoever, which is not going to cut the mustard. I'm going to add, so these actually are almost like capsicum. They had no flavour whatsoever. And I know this because that's the half that's left. But this does. That's a Thai chilli. That's just going to heat up a bit. And the coriander is for garnish. Once it's come back up and it's really hot, then drop your fish in, which I have cubed here nicely. So the snapper's all chopped up, and I've double checked it for bones. In there, buddy. Really gentle, otherwise it'll fall apart. And let it cook. A couple of minutes tops, I reckon. Freshly caught snapper curry with coconut sambal and homemade roti.
We left Mimifanata Bay for the 70 nautical mile journey to Great Barrier Island.
It's been a long day of sailing, motor sailing. We've done 70 nautical miles, I think.
Yep.
And we're here at Great Barrier Island. It's very pretty. It's got a bit of a Thai feel to it. It's got these really lumpy islands out there. Just going through this very narrow pass here. We're playing follow the leader because it's only about 50 metres wide, but then you get into Port Fitzroy, I think it's called. It's quite a large bay on the inside, looks really well protected. We're going to spend, I reckon, maybe a week here.
This is very tight though, looking at the chart. You've got a little bit of reef either side and getting down to about 2 metres potentially in depth, but maybe 10 in the middle, don't know, we'll see in a second. Renowned for its pristine wilderness, we headed into Port Fitzroy to head off on the walks. To say Port Fitzroy is a sleepy little town is a massive understatement. The beauty of Great Barrier Island was reminiscent of Lord Howe Island, both with well-defined walking tracks and a myriad of flora and fauna.
Severe weather update for the country. But it is an important one because this is a pretty wet part of the country.
Based on the weather report and predict wind, which looks like a lot of rain is coming, I think we need to leave Great Barrier and head into Auckland, what is it, a week or two earlier than we expected?
Alright, so we'll leave first thing in the morning?
Sure.
It's a 48 nautical mile dash from Smokehouse Bay to get into Auckland.
Tripping down a road I've never been down, waiting for the sky to fall. The yellow moon, she lights my way. I'm not worried at all. Nobody's waiting on me. I can't recall when I felt this free. The gravel touching the sky.
Join us next week as New Zealand has floods resulting in a national state of emergency, then followed by... Well, we're basically waiting for this cyclone to hit Auckland.